All right, let's dive into Dostoevsky's The Idiot today.
Sounds good.
We've got excerpts from the novel itself
Yeah,
and some insightful commentary as well to guide us.
right.
We're hoping to help uncover the hidden layers and enduring brilliance of Dostoevsky's work.
The Idiot throws you right into a world where things aren't quite as they seem.
I know. And even the title itself, The Idiot, is a bit of a head-scratcher, right?
Yeah, it is.
It makes you think about intelligence and goodness in a totally different way.
Definitely.
And there's this quote that really stood out to me. Beauty is difficult to judge. I'm not prepared yet. Beauty is a riddle. It's almost like Dostoevsky's giving us a clue
Oh, absolutely.
right at the beginning.
He is. That quote really introduces one of the biggest themes,
Oh, yeah.
duality.
Yeah.
Dostoevsky wants us to question what's real and what lies beneath.
So is he saying there's more to things than meets the eye?
Exactly. And this whole idea of duality, it pops up everywhere in The Idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Dostoevsky's always playing with this tension between the social world. Right.
And a deeper, more spiritual reality.
I see.
It's like, remember when Nastasia Filipovna throws the money into the fire?
Oh, man. That scene.
Intense, right?
Yeah, gave me chills.
So on the surface,
Yeah.
it seems like a shocking, even irrational act.
Mm-hmm.
But you think about what Dostoevsky is trying to say,
Yeah.
it becomes really powerful because she's rejecting more than money. She's rejecting a whole system of values.
I see. So Dostoevsky's using these kind of crazy actions to reveal a deeper truth.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so it's not just the actions, it's the characters themselves.
Oh, definitely.
Like Prince Mishkin, the so-called idiot.
Right.
He's anything but an idiot.
Well, not in the traditional sense.
Right, exactly.
He's so compassionate, so insightful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's naive and easily manipulated.
Yeah.
It's like there's this constant tension between his pure intentions and the reality around him.
Right.
It's this really tough reality he faces.
And this is where the whole Christ figure debate comes in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some scholars see Mishkin as this Christ-like figure
Uh-huh.
because of how selfless he is, his willingness to sacrifice.
Hmm.
There's even a connection to a painting that Dostoevsky was really moved by.
Oh, really?
Holbein's The Body of the Dead Christ in the Tomb.
Wait, a painting? How does that tie in?
So Dostoevsky saw this painting, and he was just struck by the humanity,
Yeah.
how Christ was portrayed. And some think that this encounter actually shaped how he saw Mishkin
Interesting.
as someone who embodies both the divine and the human, the ideal and the flawed, you see.
So Dostoevsky's making us think about goodness and what it actually means to be a good person.
He is.
Wow, he really is forcing us to confront those ideas.
And he also wants us to consider how much of who we are is shaped by the world around us.
It's making me rethink my whole idea of the idiot. I'm curious. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to see Mishkin as just good?
That's tough.
Or is there something more complex there?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's not so simple, is it?
I don't think so.
There's more to unpack, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely.
Okay, we'll have to keep digging into that.
It's pretty interesting. Dostoevsky didn't always, plan out his novels in detail beforehand.
Really?
Yeah. He had this overall vision, but he was open to,
To letting the story go where it needed to go.
exactly. It's like he let the story unfold in these unexpected ways.
So it wasn't all planned out.
No.
From the very beginning.
He was open to those surprises.
Wow, that's so cool. So he allowed for some surprises.
He did. He even talked about how sometimes
Yeah.
certain scenes or even characters would kind of emerge as if they had a life of their own.
That must have made the writing process so dynamic.
Oh, absolutely. And then for us as readers, it really adds to the suspense.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen next. It's almost like that existential uncertainty.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Can you explain that a bit more? What does existential uncertainty even mean in this context?
It's like this feeling that nothing is fixed. Nothing is certain.
Oh, I see.
Like the ground is constantly shifting under your feet.
Okay.
It's something the characters really grapple with throughout the story. They're always searching for meaning, searching for their purpose
Right, right.
in this world that feels so chaotic.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, unpredictable. Exactly.
I relate to that feeling.
Right.
Not knowing what's coming next.
Yeah,
Both in the story and in life, really.
exactly. And Dostoevsky is so good at capturing that feeling.
Yeah.
He doesn't give us those easy answers or neat endings.
He really doesn't.
He throws us right into this messy reality.
The complicated reality
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
of just, being human.
Yes.
Okay, so there's this big sense of uncertainty.
Okay.
And then we have all these characters who are all struggling with their own issues.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like Nastasia Filipovna, Rogozhin,
Yeah.
the Epanchin family.
They each add another layer to this, to the novel's complexity. They're so well developed,
Yeah.
driven by such intense emotions.
And then, of course, there's the love triangle.
Right.
But it's so much more than just a typical love story.
Oh, it goes so much deeper.
It does.
You have obsession, jealousy.
Yeah, the destructive power of passion.
Exactly. You see Mishkin drawn to Nastasia Filipovna
Yes.
by her beauty, her vulnerability.
He wants to save her
Yes, he wants to save her.
from this world that's been so cruel to her.
And then you have Rogozhin.
Rogozhin.
His love for her is so possessive, almost frightening.
Oh, it's terrifying.
And then Aglaya,
Oh, right, Aglaya.
this young woman, so spirited.
Yes.
She represents a completely different kind of love for Mishkin.
Oh, she does. It's like they all want something they can't have
Yeah, and it creates this incredible tension.
throughout the whole novel.
And Dostoevsky shows us what happens when people are driven by these desires. Think about Nastasia Filipovna throwing the money into the fire again.
Oh, yeah, that scene, it was just, like,
Yeah,
so powerful. It felt like a statement, not just about the money,
it was.
but about herself.
Yeah,
Like, she's worth more.
right. She refuses to be defined by someone else's idea of her worth.
Yeah.
That's her defiance.
Against a system that's tried to control her.
Exactly.
And then there's the scene where Rogozhin shows Mishkin the knife.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got chills reading that.
Dostoevsky's a master at building tension,
He is.
foreshadowing, too. That scene is so chilling because we know what Rogozhin is capable of.
You can just sense that something bad is going to happen.
Right. That sense of doom is palpable.
And then there's Aglaya,
Yeah.
that outburst at Nastasia Filipovna's.
At the gathering.
Yes. All the emotions just come pouring out.
Oh, it's a train wreck.
But it is.
You know it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah,
But you can't look away.
you can't. So, okay, we've got these intense characters,
Right.
all these twists and turns,
Right.
and this feeling of uncertainty.
This existential uncertainty.
Yes, but there's also something more, right? Like,
Yeah.
Dostoevsky's exploring some really big themes here.
Absolutely. He's asking questions about good and evil, the pressures of society,
Okay.
the search for meaning and purpose, even compassion and forgiveness.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to think about.
It is, but somehow he weaves it all together so seamlessly.
He does. He doesn't just talk about them.
Right.
He shows them through his characters, through their relationships.
So how do you think Dostoevsky explores those themes? What stands out to you?
Well, one thing that really strikes me is how he shows us that people aren't just good or evil.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
much more complex.
So he's challenging those simple ideas.
Yeah. Like even Prince Mishkin, who people see as a symbol of good,
Yeah.
he has his flaws too.
Oh, he does.
And, Dostoevsky also shows us how our choices, our actions, they're shaped by the world around us.
That's true.
Think about Nastasia Filipovna.
Yeah.
Her life has been so shaped by trauma, exploitation,
Yes, it has.
the way she's
It
treated.
all makes sense.
Her choices, they're a direct result of that.
Like, you can't judge her
You can't judge anyone.
without understanding, their background.
Exactly. And Dostoevsky is making us confront our own judgments.
Our own biases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what would I do?
Right.
How would I react to these characters?
I think that's why Dostoevsky is still so relevant today.
I agree.
He's asking these timeless questions about what it means to be human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he doesn't shy away from the darkness, the ambiguity.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't give us easy answers.
No.
Just questions that stay with you long after you finish reading.
That's so true. The Idiot. It's more than just a story.
Right.
It's an experience
It is.
that makes you really think and feel and question everything.
I think that's the mark of truly great literature.
It really is. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
But before we move on,
Yeah.
I want to hear from our listeners.
Oh, good idea.
What has stood out to you so far?
Yeah, what are you still thinking about?
Back for the final part of our deep dive into The Idiot.
I know, it's amazing.
We've saved the best for last.
We have.
We've talked about a lot: duality,
Yeah.
searching for meaning,
Right.
the characters, but
Mhm.
there's one thing we haven't fully explored:
What's that?
beauty, how it connects to suffering.
Oh, that's so important to understanding this book.
It is.
Remember that quote, beauty is a riddle.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Dostoevsky's hinting at something really deep.
About the very nature of beauty.
Exactly. And it plays out in these fascinating ways.
Yeah.
On the one hand, beauty is so attractive,
Yeah.
so desirable. Think about Nastasia Filipovna.
Oh, yeah. She's described as almost mythical.
Right. People are drawn to her,
Yeah.
but also kind of afraid of her.
It's like her beauty is both a blessing and a curse.
It is. It draws people in, but it also makes her a target.
For exploitation.
Yes.
Manipulate.
It makes you wonder, can true beauty exist
Ooh.
in a world full of pain and suffering?
That's a big question.
It is. Dostoevsky doesn't give us any easy answers.
But does he offer any insights?
He does. He does. Think about Prince Mishkin.
Okay.
He sees beauty in everyone,
Yeah.
even the outcasts.
Right. Those considered idiots by society.
Exactly. He sees the worth in everyone,
Regardless of their flaws.
no matter their circumstances.
So maybe Dostoevsky's saying that true beauty
Yeah.
lies in seeing the humanity in others.
Even in the midst of suffering,
Yeah.
it's a powerful way to look at it.
It is.
He's asking us to look deeper,
Yeah.
to see the beauty in the brokenness.
In the imperfection.
Exactly.
So beauty isn't just what we see.
Right.
It's about compassion,
yes.
empathy, seeing the world differently.
I love it. And maybe that's the key to the idiot.
What do you mean?
What if the real idiot
Mm.
isn't Mishkin,
Right.
but the society that doesn't get him?
That can't see his wisdom.
His compassion
His ability to see beauty.
everywhere.
It really makes you think.
It does, doesn't it?
It makes you question your values.
Yeah, your perceptions.
What do we consider valuable? What's beautiful to us?
Are we missing the true beauty all around us?
Wow, this has been quite a journey.
It has.
We went from the surface to the very depths of the idiot.
Uncovering all those layers of meaning.
And honestly, we've only just begun to scratch the surface.
There's so much more to discover.
There is.
So if you haven't already, go check out The Idiot.
Yeah, read it for yourself.
It might change how you see the world,
How you understand yourself
even how you see beauty.
in all its forms.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning.
And keep diving deep.